You learn to talk to yourself. What do I mean by that? I am calm and relaxed. You keep saying that to yourself all day, the night before. You're going to play a very important match tomorrow. I am calm and relaxed. I am calm and relaxed. You are talking to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is hearing that. Your subconscious mind will say, what is Elton saying? Look how him nervous, look how him shaking, but him still saying he's calm and relaxed. Well, after you say that for a certain length of time, your conscious mind is going to say to the subconscious mind, listen, man, Elton is nervous, so let us do everything that is in our power to let him be not conscious. Let him be calm and relaxed. So your subconscious mind will work with the conscious mind to create whatever you tell it you want to do. So that's what we call affirmation. You affirm to yourself the things that you want. I am a millionaire. Keep saying that long enough, this might sound crazy. However, if you can convince your subconscious mind that you are a millionaire, your conscious and your subconscious mind will go out into the atmosphere and find sources and resources that are going to make you successful. Now, I don't know how many of you realize that if you can write on a piece of paper what you want to accomplish, and every day you pick it up and you look at it, you're doing two things. You're visually looking at it and you're saying it, it goes in that much smoother. Affirmation, visualization. Now, there's another little thing now they call mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is your ability to focus on the present moment. You're not worried about tomorrow. That's the future. You're not worried about yesterday. That's the past. You're just worried about right now. I am batting. The bowler is getting ready to run up. I am watching his action. He pitches the ball, and I'm looking at the ball till it hit the bat. Same thing with the bowlers. You're running up to bowl, you're watching the batsman, you're watching, and you deliver the ball. You stay in the moment. You're not thinking about what you're going home to eat or what you had for breakfast this morning. Mindfulness. All those techniques that you just hear me talk about, those are what help you to do mind power training. If you can control your thoughts, you can control your words, you can control what you say. If you can control your words, you can control your actions. If you can control your action, you will control your habits, what you do. If you can control your habits, you will control your character. And if you are able to control your character, then your destiny, you will be able to control your destiny and you will be successful. Any questions? I just saw Brother Dale come on. Brother Dale? Brother Dale is one of the mindfulness coaches that we have at
No, Mike, it's
Galway.
not Brother Dale. We have a player that
Oh, you have
named
a player
Dale
named
as well.
Dale? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Man, I was equating you to a great man named Brother
No,
Dale.
no, it's the real deal.
Yes, man.
Okay. All right, all right.
I have been on from the onset.
Yeah,
Yes, I
man.
do. That's why I'm
Very
calling on
good.
you.
Yeah, we have a
Yes,
player named Dale as well. I thought he was here. All right,
Right,
go ahead.
right.
not a problem.
So anybody have any questions? Brother Dale, you have anything to add into what we just said?
Well, good evening, everyone. Mr. Chambers has covered a great deal, and one of the main things is, in addition to what he says, is what is called the art of listening. And he told you about being in the moment. So if you have other thoughts on your mind, you're not going to be listening to what Mr. Chambers just said, and you're not going to absorb it. So I'm hoping that everybody was able to focus and concentrate on what he said. And I will share with you that the first step towards controlling your thoughts is actually to um control to slow down whatever you are doing. Just slow down, take a deep breath and slow down, count from 1 to 3. You heard him say, I am calm and relaxed. So that means you do that. And once you are calm and you are relaxed, you'll then be able to control your thoughts. And the biggest benefit of controlling your thoughts is when you can control your emotions. And we call that emotional intelligence. You may have heard people speak about emotional intelligence. But you control your thoughts, you are going to be able to control your emotions, which means no matter what somebody does to you, says to you, you'll be able not just to react and get vexed with them and curse bad words or anything. What you are going to be able to do is just take a deep breath and say, okay, I am calm. How am I best equipped to handle this situation? You go to report a problem to the police, and the police act as if they're not paying you any mind. If you get vexed with them, they are going to get vexed with you. So it's better for you to calm down and to just take your time, get control of your thoughts, get control of what you want to say and do, and say it in a meaningful way. So what Mr. Chambers has told you, it cover a whole lot of things. But I'll tell you, start out with controlling your thoughts as he suggested, and you do it by making sure that when you control your thoughts, you can control your reactions and your emotions, which are tied into your intelligence, which means now that you will show emotional intelligence, because you have a lot of persons who are very intelligent, but they don't know how to talk to people. They talk down at people, they talk to people like they don't have any sense. That is a person who is not emotionally intelligent. So I would just share that with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Dale. Anybody have any questions? Come on, you must have something, man, that you heard and you're not understanding. Nobody? All right, you have
I don't have any.
go
I
ahead.
understand.
Huh?
I understand going through, you know. Understand
All
it.
right, that's good. That's good. No,
And Brother Mike,
yes,
but
sir.
if you don't mind, I don't know if anybody suggested this to the others. Try to take notes, because when you write things down, when you write them down, you're imprinting them into your subconscious and you're storing them better when you write them down, because you may not remember everything a person says. And so by writing it down, just jot it down in a sentence, because it's going to help you with your speech, and it is going to help you with remembering, and it is going to add to your subconscious by storing the things. And when you store those positive things, it's going to automatically start weeding out some of the, which is another concept that you'll find out later on. But it will replace what was already stored, the bad things that was already stored, by adding new things. You get rid of the bad things, the good new things, I should say. Okay, thank you. And the gentleman that just speak, who is that person, Mr. Codlin?
Elton George
Mr.
Name is
Oh,
Desmond George from Trinidad.
from Trinidad. Good.
Mr. George, it's a pleasure meeting you, sir. And I am very familiar with George's families from Trinidad and Tobago. You know, Kurt,
You're very
George, and
familiar
some
with what?
other people. Some Georges from Trinidad. I
All
have
right,
some
okay.
friends by that name, that last name.
All right.
Kurt and Anne Marie George and those persons. Yes.
But I am really from Tobago. Eh?
Yes, they are from Tobago. Yes, sir. Trinidad and Tobago. Yes. But they are
Right.
from Tobago. Yes, yes. And are you familiar, just not to interrupt, but are you familiar with Dr. Angus in Tobago?
Angus what?
He's
Angus.
a
Which are the
dentist,
Angus?
and the dentist, and his
No,
wife is a
no,
politician. His
no.
wife is a politician.
Angus. Oh God. No, I'm not. I'm not familiar with him.
Right. She's a big
Basically, I'm
politician.
down
Yes.
here.
Okay. All right. Let me not
Right.
interrupt anymore. Okay. Thanks, Sir Michael. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now, the key to success is knowing how to breathe. Now, that sounds crazy. That's a funny statement because us been breathing from birth and we think we are doing it right. But what we have been practicing from birth until now is what we call shallow breathing. In order to be able to satisfy all your organs with enough oxygen, you have to ever so often practice conscious deep breathing. You have to breathe with intentionality. You have to breathe because you are doing it for a purpose. How you do that? You pull in through your nostrils and you till you get a belly full of oxygen. So you pull in and you hold it for maybe 2 seconds. Then you let it out through your mouth all the way, empty your belly. Then you hold it for 2 seconds. Then you repeat the process. Now, it is said that most of the diseases that we have is as a result of the fact that we don't breathe consciously. But what does shallow breathing cause? Shallow breathing causes you to be stressed. It is also said that stress is what causes most of your disease. Now, how do you get over your stress? If you learn to do conscious deep breathing, anytime you are stressed, anytime you are coming into a situation where you are anxious, if you are going through depression, if you do a bout of conscious deep breathing, you will eventually overcome your stress, overcome your depression, and overcome your anxiety. So you see what deep breathing does for you. Now we take that one step further now. We put all those pieces now into a practice we call meditation. What meditation does, just like mindfulness, meditation allows you to look at one situation at a time. You just relax by doing your deep breathing. When you are comfortable, then you concentrate on whatever it is that you would like to meditate on. Meditation, they're saying, if you don't know how to meditate, you will never be able to reach your God. Because God says, in order to be able to talk with Him, listen to Him, you have to be silent. So you have to be silent when you meditate. Close your eyes if you want. Do your breathing and then focus on your breath. Say for the first 5 minutes, for the first 4 or 5 weeks. Concentrate on focusing on your breath. And then later on, as you get used to meditating, visualizing, you can use that now as a batsman, as a bowler, to concentrate on your batting or your bowling. So that's meditation. You have mindfulness. You have visualization. And then you heard Brother Dale talk about emotional intelligence. Now, emotional intelligence is for everybody. But the captain of any team, the manager of a team, must be emotionally intelligent. What we mean by that? He has to be able to figure out his emotions, what caused him to get upset, what caused him to be happy. He has to be able to concentrate and figure out his emotions. That's one. But he now, as the captain, must be able to figure out the emotions of his players and his team. So the captain come to a game and he see Elton looking sad. He has to be of that mindset that he go over to Elton and he has a little chat with him. What's going on? Dressing room chat, on the field chat. Because what might have happened, Elton might have run out of the house this morning and didn't eat. So probably Elton is hungry. So he's not going to give 100% on the field while he's hungry. Or something might have happened at home that his mind is now not focused on the game, focused back at home. So the captain must be able to realize his emotions, realize the emotions of the other members of his team, and better yet, he has to be able to size up the opponent because John Brown is coming to bat. So the captain has to look at his swagger, look how he's walking, look if he's chewing gum, look at his face, look at the expression, and say, okay, this guy is having a tough day. I am going to bowl such and such a bowler at him. All that the captain has to be sizing up in his head. So that's why they say the captain most of the time has the most pressure on the field because he has to be looking at the wicket. Is it going to be playing slow? The first couple balls, boy, he has to be able to size up the wicket. The bowler has to do that, the other players must help, but that is all in the captain's head. Emotional intelligence, where you have to analyze your environment. And remember, we said visualization by watching replays. There is no way any person should be going into a game and not look at how the other players played in a match because all those things are now available on YouTube or on your phone. You should have those on your phone. If you're playing in a big match, you should have those things at your beck and call. Your team should have video players where the team, after each game, go back to the dressing room and look at the mistakes you made on the field and figure out how you're going to correct it tomorrow when you go back. So the skipper must have the team manager who is looking to get all that information. You hear everybody talking about data nowadays, data driven. That is statistics and videotapes and everything. You're playing a game, you go check, boy, this team, okay, they've never made more than 30 runs for the whole innings for the last two matches they play. So you might have an easy day. But you only know those things by looking at the data, and everybody has to look at the data. Mindfulness, visualization, emotional intelligence. You have to bring all those things into practice. Brother Dale, you have anything you want to add? Anybody with any questions?
Yeah, Sir Mike. Yes, I would just encourage anybody, someone, you must have at least one question. So I will just defer to them and encourage them to speak up. Don't be afraid to ask a question because the only question that is a bad question is the one that was not asked.
Exactly. Anybody? Anybody here, when you're going to bat, you feel nervous for the first 2, 3 balls you face? Anybody? Any other
Yes, sir.
question?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All
Even
right.
the first ball,
Exactly.
and
Anybody
sometimes
else?
even when they are like into
Eh?
the 90s, and say sometimes even when they're into the 90s, like they're the 90 runs or more, and you're near, say they're close to the milestone to make 100. sometimes nerves actually kick in.
All right. So now what we can see, I guarantee you this, if you come back on this Zoom with Brother Dale and Brother Codlin, if you come back for 4 weeks, 4 sessions, anybody here ever make a century?
Yes, sir.
1. How many?
Yes, sir.
2. Anybody else? All right. Anybody a bowler now? Anybody five for a 5-wicket haul?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah,
No.
a lot.
Who else? All right. So
Me, sir.
here's what we're saying now. Brother Deal will tell you and Brother Cardin will tell you. You see when these guys get picked to play for the West Indies and their average is 50, 40, we have a hard time understanding how come they make the team when they don't have no centuries in the back pocket. And anybody remember one match where I think it was Ramdin, right? When he hold up a piece of paper when he was playing a test match. He played for the West Indies, the wicket keeper. What's his name again, Brother Dale? What we're trying to say, you have to tell yourself the night before.
That is Dinesh Ramdin.
Dennis Ramdin.
Yeah.
Right. And when he did it, the board chastised him, penalized him. What they didn't realize was that what he did was a huge heroic form. Imagine you write on a piece of paper that you will make 100 runs and put it in your back pocket and walk out to the wicket at 0. Knowing say you have this piece of paper in your back pocket, say you will make 100. And you stay there and face every ball till you get to 100. I wonder if you understand how much anxiety went on. However,
I think
go ahead.
not cutting you. I think that was because of the fact that with Richard's thinking in terms that Ramden should not have been on the team.
Exactly.
And that's the reason why he put out a paper.
Right.
To show Richard that could do it. He could, and he had the purpose of being there.
Right.
He
So
was a wicketkeeper batsman.
what I'm saying to you, every event is an opportunity. Never consider it bad or good. It's always an event for you to perform. So if you are able to tell yourself what you want to do by affirmation, putting it into your subconscious mind. He wrote that piece of paper the night before, because he was angry and put it in his back pocket and was able to produce. All of us can do that if we learn to control our mind. So you are saying now, when you go to bat, you're nervous. But remember, you ever watch Sir Viv bat, always have a piece of gum in his mouth chewing? You ever watch batsmen chew gum? Anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody
Yes,
on
I
here
do it a
practice
lot, sir,
that?
but
Huh?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You practice it?
Yes. Always have a pack of gum most time.
Exactly. Now, let me tell you what you're doing. Remember what I said earlier. You have the conscious and you have the subconscious mind. When you're chewing the gum, you can only hold 2 thoughts in your conscious mind. Only 2 thoughts you can hold in the subconscious mind. When you're chewing the gum, that is 1 thought. So when the bowler is running up to bowl, that's the other thought that you're keeping in your conscious mind. You're watching him come to the wicket. Now, as soon as he put his hand up to deliver the ball, you have to stop chewing. You cannot continue chewing while he's going to deliver the ball. So between him reaching to the popping crease, going up to let the ball loose, you have to stop chewing. So that now your 2 thoughts are on the ball. You cannot have one thought chewing the gum because you're going to get out. Because you're going to miss time. But if you have, as soon as he comes to bowl, you're ready to go. Same thing with the batsman. You're chewing and the bowler run up. As soon as he reach the popping crease and you see his hand going up in the air, your eyes now must be focused on his wrist with the ball in his hand. And here is what you're looking for when the ball is in his hand, you know. If you play enough shots and if you watch enough videos and if you play to this guy, you will see some movement in his arm or in his action that's going to tell you what kind of ball he's going to bowl. Now, if you talk to Surviv, you know, he will tell you that half the time, you know, he don't even wait for the ball come, you know, he know what he going to do because he already sized up the ball and know what shot he going to make because he has made so many shots from practicing. So if you practice enough and you talk to enough, I'm calm and relaxed. I'm calm and relaxed. When you get into the 90s, and you notice that's when you don't even get clean ball when you get to the 90s. A lot of men get run out. How you get run out at 90? Because of your anxiety level gone out of whack. And this is where Brother Dale and Brother Codlin, we've been talking. West Indies cricket needs this kind of training. Nobody's getting it. So you're a talented bunch of players. But success is 20% talent and 80% mental. And when we say mental now, you know, we're not talking about mental health. Mental health is an emotional and a psychological thing that you either need medicine or they have to give you some kind of coach training psychologically. We're not talking about that. We are talking about mind power training, where we teach you how to use your ability to harness your thoughts. That's all we're teaching you here tonight. And what we're giving you is the technique, mindfulness, how to stay focused on your present, not tomorrow, not yesterday. What we're doing right now, mindfulness, visualization, how we learn to, at nights, before you go to bed, you visualize a situation. On the field, you do the same thing. Emotional intelligence, you learn your emotions. What you have to study, self-observations. You're walking and you just stop and you say, what was I thinking a while ago? You observe yourself. Observe what you think. Observe what turn you on, you know? Self-observation. Self-control. You have to learn to control yourself. Somebody do you something. How do I react to it? The best place to react. A bowler run up and bounce at you. Notice those days gone now because, boy, these bowlers get smart. You bounce to Surviv, the next ball you bounce is a six. But that is all visualization, planning in your head. Emotional intelligence. If you hit him for six, what is he going to do with the next ball? He's going to bounce at you and hit you because he's been embarrassed. So those are the things that nobody is teaching the West Indies cricketers how to control their thoughts. And promise you,
Excuse me.
go ahead.
It's so funny that in times like these, no, I'm not in the cricket anymore. I'm just a spectator. Right?
Okay.
But going back to the years that I saw cricket and was watching cricket, my first cricket match was seen at the Queen's Park Oval way back in the 60s, right? And it amazed me to see that we have to have the guys and them thinking now and have to be training them with this mindset as compared to the guys of the 60s and the 70s. Those guys were not trained with the mindset. They came with an ability to play cricket.
All right. Let me disagree with you. You
All
see,
right, okay, go ahead.
I am 75, right? 74, 75 this June. So when you talk about the 60s, that was about when I was playing my little cricket, right?
But I'm 2 years older than you.
Huh?
I'm 2 years older than you.
All right. So you see, I must appreciate you because you're a little older than me. So I have to respect you. But listen to what I'm going to say to you now, Brother Elton. In our
Mm-hmm.
days, there was only one TV station in Trinidad, one TV station in Jamaica.
Of course,
All
right?
right. So
And they
therefore,
were showing cricket.
and not only that, our minds weren't clogged up with what these present day players are seeing. They are
All
suffering
right.
from what we call information overload. In those days, we didn't have to worry about anything. Eat, go sleep, and go play. These guys have to worry about all kind of junk now. So their heads are cluttered. So next week we
Okay.
will talk about a thing we call weeding and seeding. Our heads are so cluttered that you must now learn how to get some of the junk out of your head. You
All right,
understand?
okay.
These guys,
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
yes, I understand that.
Yeah, man, these guys know 40, 11 TV stations. You know what? There's only one station we see, so and 12 o'clock at night, the station gone. So there's no station to watch after 12. Now these guys are, the heads are so cluttered, it's a shame.
And then I want to believe, well, then why you choose cricket?
No, man. And if, listen, I just got a call. This youngster just stabbed his mother. How can somebody stab his mother? When we
No, you
check to
ask
find
how?
out, his head, 28-year-old fellow, his head
Had anything in it, right?
have too much junk inside of it.
Uh,
You understand what I'm saying? Is the kids today are my little grandson. If anything go wrong with my computer, he's 13. I have to call him and tell him, come check me out, come fix me out. Notice these young kids now, you with them flip phone, they're doing all sorts of miracles. We at 75, 78 I just barely learn how to use my phone now. So what my grandson know at 13, I only learned that when I was maybe 30. So that is why you need, all the teams need a psychiatrist. Not that you're mad. We're not talking about madness. Mental health is where you talk about mad people. No, we are talking about mind power training, where we use our ability of the brain to control our thoughts. For example, if I said to everybody on the Zoom here tonight, you all just won $1 million, I bet you everybody would sound happy and feel glad. Yes? No?
No.
If I tell you that you win $1 million,
No.
Well, I say, would you be happy?
no, I'm saying if I say you win on $1 million, would you be happy?
Yeah, but what the guy was just saying, no.
No, he's saying no, but that's all right. That's possible. But if I said to you, your dog just died, you would feel sad, right?
No.
No. All right. What I am trying to say is that two thoughts give you a different reaction in your brain. So if you learn how to control what is going into your brain, you will be able to end up being a successful person. Any questions so far?
Do I have any question? I learned that all in the years coming up. I was a salesman.
Say that again.
I said I learned that all through the years coming up. I was a salesman.
Right. But now
Uh,
imagine now if the cricketers today would put that to practice.
But don't you have a psychiatrist in the West Indies team?
No, they don't.
They don't?
No, they don't.
Okay.
They just barely have a physiotherapist.
But I think and they had that in the past.
They used to have that, and that is when they used to win. You have to have
Oh.
somebody who you can
Yeah,
talk
well,
to.
you could talk to, or you could right, okay.
You see, mental health is something else. Mind power is learning how to control what you're thinking.
What is it?
And if you can control that, and then people, the
Yes,
question I usually get is, so how do you know which is good thoughts, which is bad thoughts? Now, if you read the Bible, most of what is inside there, or the Quran, if you read the Bible if you're a Christian, or the Quran if you're a Muslim, will give you correct thinking. Now, if a thought comes to you and it don't match up with the Quran teaching or the Bible teaching, then you say that must be from the devil. And so a thought come to you, let's go rob a bank. You block that thought. Later on the next course, we will teach you how to block thoughts. Because 80,000 thoughts coming to you, you're going to have to be blocking as fast as you can. Any thought that you keep in your head, you keep thinking about it. They say you will magnetize that thought. So if you think somebody don't get up and kill somebody just like that, that has been a thought in their head for a long time, then it materializes. So this is how you know you have to be able to control your thoughts. So if it's a bad thought, then you think about it, it's bad, you weed it out of your mind.
That's why back in the days our parents used to tell us that we are to choose the company that we are in, because the thing is that if you are in and around an environment which is conducive to certain things, you're automatically going to lean to that. But what we are telling you cricketers at this moment, um, because the administration, the various teams that you play for, they are not catering for you in a mental way where, because you can go there to bat, but your argument was next door, you're home, and all of a sudden that argument fly back in your head. So what we are doing now is teaching you the mechanism of how to block out those thoughts, how to focus on the game that you are in so you can be successful. When Rudy Webster's Mr. Chambers said was the mental coach for Cricket West Indies. They used to be world champions, but they don't embrace that anymore. And so that's why they are struggling. But if you embrace this that we are giving you, each and every one of you, we guarantee will be successful at this game that you so love. You're not only going to play for the academy, but you're going to play for your country. You're going to play for West Indies. You're going to play for some franchise that is going to buy you. So it's very important that you understand that the journey starts now and you have to maintain this thing. It might not be making sense right now, but if you continue with it and you get into an actual game, you will see how useful it is. You always hear them say, seek a friend before you need a friend. You have to have this mind power, resilient training before you actually need it, because there's gonna come a time when you're gonna really need it. But how are you going to use it when you don't have it? So today is the start of you getting it. And today is the start of you being the best cricketer in West Indies, in your country. Wherever you go, you will be the best cricketer because you are getting what other people are not embracing. You see, you have Goody Kishmoti. And if you watch the test match that we were playing against South Africa a few months ago, he got out 2 times in identical fashion. So now, if he had been getting this mind power training that you are getting, that would have never happened. Yes, he would have got out that way the first time, but the second time, the bowler would have to work out another way of how to get him out. So what we are giving you, what we are telling you, it's not that you're not going to make mistake, but those mistake will not be a reoccurring decimal, because we are giving you tool to identify them and to weed them out and to get rid of them. Whether you are a cricketer or you are not a cricketer, it's very important for you to learn these mechanics, for you to learn this mechanism, because the world is in need of it today. They need of being able to control their mind. And once you can control your mind, you can control your environment that you are in. Go ahead, Mike.
Yes, I have I have a website. C, if you have pencil and paper, write this down. CRICMINDSET.com. If you go on that site, it will help you to develop your mind power training. And I'm guaranteeing you, if you come with us for the next 4 sessions, every fifth time you go to bat, for the batters on this channel, you will make 50 runs. Every fifth time, and you will never make less than 30. Not saying you can't make duck, but you will never make less than 30, and your average will be 50. Guaranteed. Your bowlers, guaranteed. Minimum 2 wickets and a 5 wicket haul every fifth time you play. Guaranteed. And you're probably there thinking, how can somebody be making that statement? I'm telling you. Because nobody on the West Indies team at present is practicing mind power training. And if you just learn how to control your thoughts, guaranteed. Any questions? No questions? So we have persons on the line who know how to score a century, right? There are 2 gentlemen who said they scored a century. Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So what you have to do now, what you have to do is you're going to play tomorrow. You now have to remember how you felt the day you scored that 100, the good feeling you had. And you have to talk to yourself and say, boy, I want to have that feeling again. The same thing with the bowlers. This is a situation where you have to train your mind, and the only person can train your mind is you. And it is so simple. If you tell tomorrow, you tell your friends that you're listening to somebody talking about thoughts, they're going to laugh at you. But 3 weeks time when you're making your centuries or you're doing your 5 wicket haul, you going to have the last laugh. But what is very important is that don't take the match that you're playing in serious, but take the practice. When you're practicing, no man, don't let anybody come around you and be fooling around. And no, take your practice really serious. If you take the practice serious, when you go to play match, piece of cake. Because everything would have been stored in your subconscious mind. Remember what I said? Everything you do until you die is stored into your subconscious mind. So if you practice and only do good thoughts coming into your mind, when a bad thought come, you'll be able to pick it up and get rid of it. All right? Any other and no more questions? Everybody wrote down that website that I sent you to. Crick,
I
CRIP. Go ahead.
I wanted you to give it again. Although I'm not really into it, but let me get it again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
C
man.
what?
CRIC
TRIC
MIND
MIND mind.
SET Crick
SET.
Mindset
Mm-hmm.
.com.
.com.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You
Well,
said
I'm
something,
not
Junior?
really into.
Go ahead.
I'm not really into it. But another thing you can inform them to do is that they should be out. They should not be in getting themselves involved with negativities. Anytime you find somebody's negativity in the group, walk away.
Well, that's what Junior was saying, yeah. But you see, I don't have to tell them that because once they start doing the mind power training, any negative come to them, they will walk away from it. They're going to be now training the mind. So remember what we said, 80,000 thoughts come to you. So if a negative thought, that means it's coming from the devil. And your mind going pick it up. And it will block you from listening to that person. But you have to practice this thing. You have to do your conscious deep breathing. You breathe in through your nostril, you put it in, fill your stomach with air, hold on to it, let it out
Then
through
you
your
up.
mouth, hold on to it, and you do that. You do that in the mornings, do that a couple times you're walking around, and then before you go to bed, till it becomes a part of you. Then you want to do it all the time. Meditation, learn how to meditate. If you go on Google or you go on YouTube, you will see different meditation practices being taught. Learn how to do them. And I am guaranteeing everybody on this line will be making your regional sides and test side. Guaranteed. Anything else, Mr. Codlin?
No, not at this moment, but we want to gather back next week, um next week Thursday, same time, same place. Um make sure you all get on, and we should be having more people next week. Some of the players are not available this evening, but next week you have a week in advance to prepare and to put everything aside too. It's very important that um, we do the mind power training every week on a consistent base. We're gonna send the mindfulness book via email, and so you can read through that. Then next week you come now, you can ask a few questions.
Right, right. And remember now, gentlemen, this is not for cricket. This is to make you a better person. But in becoming a better person, your cricket game going to get improved. This is all about making you a better person, successful in life. What we're teaching here is how to be successful in life. All right. Anybody have anything to say before we close? Did you learn anything? Anybody?
No, thank you for the words of, you know, empowerment, I should say,
Yes,
for
man.
giving us the for alerting us that, whatever we think about will come to life for real. And that's basically it for me. Just
Good.
want to say
Good. Anybody else?
Yeah, thank you, sir, for everything.
Yeah, man. You're quite welcome.
Yes, sir.
And like I like to tell everybody, you are the greatest person that God ever make. Don't make anybody tell you that you're not great.
And everything is you.
Yes.
Everything is in you. Only you can be you.
Only you can do you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So, Mike, thank you for coming and doing this session with these players. Elton, thank you for joining as well. Um, and Mr. Messam as well. Um, all of you players, thank you for coming this evening. To those on YouTube that we're recording, and thank you all for watching. We will be back next week this time to do another session of mindfulness training for our players and parents and guardians. So we're not only doing it for the players, but we are doing it for their guardians and their parents and for those that give
Everybody.
care. Yeah, everybody. So it's good for them and it's good for you as well. But especially, we are seeking to target our players. We want to prepare them. We want them to be the best. Um, because the thing is that if it's not happening at Cricket West Indies, then we at the grassroots level have to make it happen. So that's what we are doing. We are fulfilling our obligation. So the West Indies Cricket Development Academy Limited and the Cricket Hall of Fame have joined together to bring you this mindfulness training. We thank all our players, their parents, and everybody for joining this evening. And we'll come back and do it next week again, starting at 6 Eastern Caribbean and United States time and at 5 Jamaica time. Keep it locked to our channel for this and more. Thank you all for joining.
Okay,
Yes,
gentlemen.
sir.
Thank you.